Namaskar, JVL, खुश रहो. I am Dr. Avinash Parida, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Zoology, Jayati Vidyapit Women's University, Jaipur. So, welcome to the session. Today, we'll discuss about the egg structure and types of eggs. This is coming under the developmental biology in the sixth semester of integrated BSc B.Ed ZBC. And so, let's start about the today's session. So, first of all, the structure of typical ovum. Ovum is the female gamete. It stores food required for the entire process of development in the form of yolk. It has three important functions. First, it supplies a haploid set of chromosomes to the future embryo. It contributes almost all cytoplasm to the zygote. It supplies food to the developing embryo. Shape and size. Typically, the eggs are spherical or ovoid in the shape, but in few animals, like insects, the eggs are elongated and cylindrical in nature. Eggs are generally larger than the sperms and average somatic cells. The size of mature egg depends on the amount of egg present in it. The smallest known egg is that of mouse. It's 0.07 millimeter. The birds possesses larger eggs. Ostrich lays the largest egg having a diameter of about 85 millimeter. The egg is covered externally by plasma membrane or plasma lemma. Within the plasma membrane is the granular cytoplasm present. Now we'll discuss about the organization of egg cytoplasm. The cytoplasm of egg cell is known as ooplasm. It is granular and contain, in addition to the usual cellular organelles, certain other inclusions like yolk, pigments, and cortical granules. The peripheral layer of ooplasm is more viscous and gelatinous. It is known as the yolk cortex, which is provided with many microvilli and cortical granules. The microvilli are formed by the outpushings of the plasma lemma and they help in transportation of substances from the outside into the ooplasm during the development of egg. The cortical granules are very small spherical bodies varying in diameter from 0.8 micrometer to 2 micrometer. So they are membrane bound and are formed from the Golgi complex. They contain homogeneous granular mucopolysaccharides. Then cortical granules are present in the eggs of sea urchins, frogs, fishes, bivalve molluscs, and several annelids and certain mammals also. So now we'll discuss about the different uh, part of the eggs. First, we'll discuss about yolk. So yolk is nutritive substances are stored in the cytoplasm of egg in the form of yolk or deutoplasm. This stored food is utilized by the embryo for its early development. The process of formation of yolk is known as vitellogenesis. The yolk is a complex material consisting of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, inorganic salts, vitamins, enzymes, pigments, and water. The yolk may be called protein yolk when it has more proteins than lipids, or fatty yolk when it has more fat contents than the proteins. Most animals' eggs contain both kinds of yolk. Since the yolk is heavier, larger quantities of yolk, such as those of frog and chick, the accumulation of yolk in one region is so marked that they are known as the telolecithal eggs. In eggs containing lesser amount of yolk, like those of Amphioxus and man, the yolk is distributed more uniformly, hence are known as the isolecithal or homolecithal. Then next is pigment granules are present in the cytoplasm of eggs of many species. The granules may be brown, black, red, yellow, green, or gray in color. As the pigment granules are not common to all eggs, they do not play a significant role in the development. Now we'll discuss polarity. The constituent of egg are not uniform firmly distributed throughout the cytoplasm. These are distributed in such a way that two poles distinct can be identified in the egg. These poles are known as the animal pole and vegetal pole. The cytoplasm is concentrated in the upper portion of animal hemisphere, and the yolk material is concentrated in the lower portion of vegetal hemisphere. A plane passing through these two poles constitute the polar axis. The nucleus is always located in the polar axis, more or less towards the animal pole. The yolk shows a gradation from the animal pole towards the vegetal pole. There is also a metabolic gradation along the polar axis. Metabolic processes are highest at the animal pole and progressively diminish towards the vegetal pole. Now we'll discuss about the classification of yolk. On the basis of the amount of yolk, yolks are grouped into three types on the basis of amount of yolk present in them. First is alethiolyl egg. When the yolk, when the egg contains no yolk, it is called alethiolyl egg. Example gratia is the eggs of eutherian mammals. Then second is microlethiolyl egg. When the egg contains small or negligible amount of yolk, it is said to be microlethiolyl. Romer and Balensky named these eggs as oligolethiolyl eggs. Example gratia your Amphixus tunicates. The third one is mesolethiolyl egg. In amphibian, dipnoi, and pterogymon, the amount of yolk present in the moderate and is not high. Hence, these eggs are also named as mesolethiolyl eggs. Then fourth one is macrolethiolyl or megalethiolyl egg. When the egg contains large amount of yolk, it is said to be macrolethiolyl or megalethiolyl egg. It is also called polylethiolyl egg. Your example criteria is your bony fishes, amphibians, reptiles, and birds, and also that's uh, turnantes. So now we'll discuss about the types of on the basis of distribution of egg. First is isolethiolyl or homolethiolyl egg. In isolethiolyl eggs, the very little amount of yolk present in uniformly distributed throughout the oplasm. Example criteria is echinoderms, Amphioxus mammals. This condition is usually observed in eggs with very little amount of yolk. Second is telolethiolyl egg. In eggs containing moderate or large quantity of yolk, the distribution of yolk is not uniform. It is concentrated and moved towards the vegetal pole. Such type of egg in which the yolk is concentrated towards the one pole is called telolethiolyl egg. Telolethiolyl eggs may further classified into three types. First is slightly telolethiolyl, second is moderately telolethiolyl, then third one is extremely telolethiolyl. First we'll discuss about slightly telolethiolyl egg. In this type, the yolk contains only small quantity of yolk, which is distributed unevenly. The vegetal pole has the highest concentration and the animal pole the lower. Eggs of fishes is the example. Now, moderately telolethiolyl. So, in this type of egg contains moderately quantity of yolk, which distributed unevenly. Due to high concentration of yolk in the vegetal hemisphere, the nucleus is shifted more towards the animal hemisphere. Your example is amphibian egg. Now, third one is extremely telolethiolyl egg. In this type of egg, due to the heavy deposition of yolk, the entire vegetal hemisphere and major portion of the animal hemisphere are occupied by yolk. Due to this extremely uneven distribution of yolk, the oplasm and the nucleus are displaced towards the animal pole. Your example criteria is reptilian and avian eggs. Then centrolethiolyl eggs. Egg of many arthropods, and some cylindrids are described as centrolethiolyl. They are relatively large and elongated and have a very great amount of yolk. The nucleus lies at the geometric center of the yolk mass, surrounded by a small amount of cytoplasm. A thin cytoplasmic layer covers the surface of the yolk. Fine strands of cytoplasm extend from the peripheral layer to the zone occupied by the nucleus. Now we'll discuss about the mosaic and regulative eggs. First, mosaic eggs. In certain eggs, every portion is predetermined with respect to its potentialities for further development. If a small portion of such egg is removed, a defective embryo is formed. This is because removal of a portion results in a permanent loss from the egg. The remaining portion of the egg cannot make compensated development to make good the lost part. Such an egg in which further developmental potentialities are predetermined in the form of mosaic. It's called mosaic or determinate egg. Your example criteria is annelids, molluscas, and ascidians. Second is your regulative egg. In invertebrates and most of the invertebrates, the developmental potentialities are not predetermined in the eggs. Removal of small portion of egg or even 1 or 2 early blastomeres will not affect the normal development. This type of egg in which future developmental potentialities are not predetermined is known as regulative or indeterminate egg. Egg membranes. The eggs are well protected by egg membranes. The membranes are produced either by the egg itself or by the follicle cell of the ovary or by the genital ducts, oviducts of the female mother. Accordingly, the eggs membrane are classified in 3 types. So next session we'll discuss about the different membrane structures. So now we'll stop this session here.